Just a few weeks, days ago, led by our leader of opposition, the Right Honorable Senyonyi, we visited a number of political prisoners, and you could hear them narrating stories of torture, even amidst detention at prisons, which would be gazetted places. Still, there's detention, and equal as members of parliament, we have not been immune to the persecution. Just in Kawempe by-election, I was among those who were kidnapped in a drone. I was personally beaten at Wandegea police station before a police camera. So even would be gazetted places, there's persecution and torture. We must join our efforts. We associate ourselves and as Mwada and as a member of parliament and as well as a shadow minister. And equal on behalf of all members of parliament, we associate ourselves with the position of the president, the party, and listen and take an interest in all your concerns. We must join efforts and we commit to do so. I thank you.
Thank you, Nkunyi. The final feedback from the floor, even though he's in production, will come from my colleague who's handling the back room. You have a minute as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. And Mr. President, I salute you, sir, and every leader from our secretariat. I want to appreciate Mr. Action. He pretty much spoke my words. Mr. President and the leaders, we have over 57 MPs, and out of maybe 57 MPs, about like say 10 of them dropped. But the rest of the members that we do have, they have their different constituencies. The problem that we have is that most of the organizations that we do them within the central. How about the other parts of the country where we have much influence? To me, if we do spread our hands and we're able to start something in Adjumani, something in Jinja, something in Mbali, something in Western Uganda, something in the south, and something in the central, we spread and we break through. I believe we should be able. So let every member of parliament, they were elected by their people, the people that did trust them. So if they get them that mandate, they should go back and start something. Through that, and also regarding the command that you made, you already made a command. Whoever is on here and is waiting for the president's command, the command was made. If you read up that command, we should be able to take on the action. So I'm calling upon everyone. Let us not relax. Let us go out and let us encourage people from the original places where we all come from so that they can start off something. Yeah, that is pretty much. The rest of the other things have been spoken. Thank you so much, sir. I salute
Spot
you,
on.
Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. It now falls on myself and Dr. Nalukwago to invite responses from the panel. And Honorable Chagulanyi, for your benefit, the questions revolve around, I will not restate them, they are about 4 broad areas. 1, youth elections and participation, readiness to engage in the process. Number 2, what actions forward should be taken in light of what some people feel is the exhaustion of a template that perhaps is tired or has now become monotonous. We also have a question here for you from us as co-moderators here. What lessons should Ugandans draw from South Africa, Kenya, Sudan, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, where people power has surged to the fore against repressive regimes? And finally, for now, public discourse in Uganda is now rife with the divisive questions of ethnicity, social class, religion, which have been used for divisive purposes. What is your take on this delicate but very real issue? These questions fall largely on you, Honorable Chagulanyi, but your colleagues could come in and assist with responses. Over to you. I hate to be Stalinist about this and give you just 6 minutes to give a response. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Brother Andrew. I've listened keenly with pain to all the speakers, and I'll endeavor to fit within the time allocated to me. Largely, we tend to be shining a light on the plight most of the times, which makes us sound like crybabies. But before you solve a problem, it's important to repeatedly state it to the people so that they can understand that is the problem. I'm glad that everybody understands the problem, and now they're tired of speaking about the problem, but a way forward. In my humble perspective, number one, this first step to a solution is to realize we must realize that we are on our own. We, the people of Uganda, are on our own. You've seen what is happening. You saw how people were moved, those who matter and those who think they don't matter. You've seen the response and attention given to it by our leaders, the cultural leaders, the religious leaders, and very unfortunately, we got also a tragedy that made us realize that actually these people are attentive on what's going on in the country. They just choose what to respond to. So we must realize that we are on our own. Having realized that we are on our own, we must unite. All of us that are affected by what's going on in our country, we must unite. This is not an NUP issue. We might be taking the lead, but everybody is a potential victim here. So we must unite against evil that affects all of us. Having united, then realize also the situation at play in Uganda while everybody is saying hit the streets tomorrow. NUP organize this and that. We must understand that unlike Kenya or Europe, unlike Europe or even Kenya here, where people have the little liberty to go to the street, our people are still healing from the disastrous memory of the 18th and 19th of November 2020, where the Museveni military unleashed terror on the people of Uganda and killed many. So people want to come out, but also are cautious in many ways. So my call is constant. Rise up and take action in your possible way, in your ability. Act in your numerous abilities. Those that can go to the streets, please do that as soon as now. Others that can protest in various ways, please go ahead right now. You saw that we were supposed to yesterday we were supposed to address a press, but the SFC surrounded our headquarters, blocking us from even addressing a press conference or even gathering. As we speak right now, you see that we had to be hosted by NUP diaspora because our internet is constantly being messed with. That is where we are. However, we must fight back in any possible way. Brothers and sisters, you don't need permission to fight back against evil. I hate to hear people ask me to give an order. You don't need my order. I'm your fellow victim. However, if I must remind you, you have the permission and right. You don't need permission from anybody to fight back in any possible way. I must tell you, my brothers and my sisters, it is different ways that are going to do. Of course, constantly say we do it non-violently. At least for us. Yes, Museveni and his friends picked guns. And if a group of young people today asked for my advice on that, I would say I cannot encourage you, but I cannot stop you either. This is time to fight for our liberty by any means necessary. We choose non-violence because we know that by doing that, we are denying Museveni justification to murder us. We've asked leaders to lead in different ways, and yes, they're doing it in different ways. I must also add that in Kenya, the Gen Z succeeded because they came off as leaderless. They they did not tag their protest to anybody, and they also did not have any particular place that the regime did not know where to stop them. So we must be fluid. We must do it different because the regime is convinced that when they surround Bobi Wine's home or surround the homes of those that they expect to lead the action, then they will thwart it. We have to do it different. I've told the people of Uganda that any one of you can be a Chagulanyi. You know exactly what to do. Go ahead and do it. You will be followed because everybody has had enough of this regime. They won't know who to stop. Do what you can and do all you can. You can start small, but be sure that when you start where you are with what you are, it will go on and on and on, and they won't know how to stop you. I must also advise brothers and sisters not to fall into the trap of tribalism. Museveni and his regime have survived by dividing us along tribal lines, whereby if you are convinced that Museveni is looking out for your own tribe, then you're going to be blind to the impunity. You're going to be blind to the corruption until it kills you. So don't fall in the trap of corruption. I know many people are banning, especially those that are not Banyankole. But I want you, my brothers and sisters, to know that this is not Banyankole versus the rest of Uganda. This is the Museveni family against the rest of Ugandans. He is trying to put the good people of Ankole into harm's way by posing as if he is torturing on their behalf, as if he's killing on their behalf, as if he's stealing on their behalf. And we must resist that. We must resist that because unity is a weapon that he wants to snatch out of our hands. I want in the same breath to call upon my Banyankole brothers and sisters to disassociate themselves with this evil that Museveni's son is representing, is using to misrepresent you. Please disassociate with that tribalism because that's not who you are. I want to call upon the elders, the leaders, religious and traditional leaders, raise their voice in such a sensitive time. And I don't know, I know we have brothers and sisters that are online here. I don't know, Andrew, if you will allow me to read to brief this in Luganda, just for our local people down here.
Please go ahead.
Yes, neyanza sebo neyanzege manyi nti tulinako baganda baffe bangi nnyo jamushidi tankubye kaama naye manyi kijamukolera bwe mbiddamu mu Luganda ne mbitaanya ne ŋŋamba otusinkana ku mikutu nga gino ne twogera ku bizibu byaffe ebiseera ebimu abantu ne bagamba tudda ku mikutu kaaba bizibu byaffe kwogera ku bizibu baagala solution. Kirungi nnyo nga tonnatandika kufuna ansa yakuddamu ekizibu n'okiddiŋŋana abantu ne bategeera ekizibu ekiri ate ne bakkiriza nti kizibu kyetaaga okutereeza. Kirungi nnyo nti kati buli munnansi alaba ekizibu ekiri. Ababadde tebannakiraba bakiraba kati gwe kibadde kitannatuukako kimutuuseeko. Kiki tulina okukola? Siteepu esooka kwe kumanya nti tuli ku lwaffe. Mujja kukiraba baganda bange nti olunaku lwa leero bannayuganda muli ku lwammwe. Tonnaba kuwulira maloboozi ge wandisuubidde nti ge galina okusitula okwogera ku nsonga eno eweebola. Kino tekibangawo, kiri unprecedented. Tekibangawo mu nsi yonna ti omuduumizi w'amagye akutta omuntu avuganya owa opposition nga talina musango gwonna gwakoze naye kubanga tamwagala n'amutulugunya amagye ne gamwegana naye n'avaayo namukuba n'ekifaananyi ng'ali bwereere n'agamba wuno mukole kye mwagala. So ekyo kitulage nti tuli ku lwaffe. Bw'oba tonnaba kuwulira maloboozi mangi nnyo agakulembeze ab'eddiini n'ab'ennono then tumanye nti tuli ku lwaffe. Kitegeeza ki? Kitegeeza nti tulina okwegatta ffenna, tulina okwegatta kubanga okwegatta ge maanyi. Buli muntu yenna yenna ali mu bulabe, so tulina okwegatta. Era mu kwegatta kuno njagala nnyo tuleme kwegatta nti kino kibiina kya NUP, eno ensonga si ya NUP, eno ensonga ya buli munnayuganda yenna. Oba oli Muganda, oba oli Muteesa, oba oli Mukyoli, oba oli Munyankole, wenna kisobola okutuukako. Oba oli wa NUP oba toli, oba oli wa opposition oba toli, kisobola okutuukako. So eno ensonga tugitunulire nga bannayuganda ffenna ffenna. Ate n'ekirala bw'oba olabye ekikyamu teweetaaga lukusa lwa Kyagulanyi. Sikulimbira kugamba nti Kyagulanyi vaayo tulagire, balagire okulaba ebikyamu mbiraba. Then buli omu osobola okukola ky'osobola okukola era mu kikole. Tetulinga Kenya gy'osobola okuvaayo n'otandika kwekalakaasa mu ddembe kubanga bano abasajja mu butiitizi bwabwe babeera batutunulidde. Naye tusobola okukozesa engeri zaffe ez'enjawulo eziri creative. Kitandikira ku internet ne kivaayo ne kidda ku street mu ngeri zonna ez'enjawulo. Musobola okukozesa engeri eziri creative. kuno okwerwanako mbeera nkiddingana nti tetukozesa violence wabula ate era sigamba nti abaagala okwerwanako mu ngeri yonna yonna okwetaasa ebikolobero bibakolebwako timbagande buli mumu wa ddembe okulwanirira obulamu bwe ekya succeedings abantu b'e Kenya kubanga gavumenti yaabwe teyali ng'egenda gamba nti kati tugende ku kitebe ky'abano no abantu baasituka mu nsonda ez'enjawulo nga tebalina bwe babasitopinga ebiseera bingi nnyo gavumenti ya Mwami Museveni baba bamanyi bwe tusiibako ekitebe kya NUP tusibira ne Kyagulanyi ewuwe tuba tubisitopinze ku mulundi guno temukitwala nga kya NUP wabula kya buli munnayuganda asobola okwerwanako mu ngeri ye musobola okutandika empola nekigenda nga kikula nekigenda nga kikula osobola okukola ky'olina oba oli ku social media oba oli ku street wonna wonna w'oli mu Uganda n'okwetoola ebitundu eby'enjawulo byonna byonna buli omu n'akola ky'asobola naye njagala obbasaba baganda bange temugwa mu katego k'okubasosola mu mawanga kubanga Museveni buli wakola ebikolobero afuna babyambaza kakati mutabani wa Museveni ebikolobero bye ayagala byambaza abanyankole luno si lutalo wakati w'abanyankole n'amawanga amalala mu Uganda luno lutalo wakati wa Museveni mutabani we ne bannayuganda bonna bonna era n'abanyankole babonaabona nga bannayuganda abalala bonna bonna temukkiriza akakundi ak'abantu abatono okasiiga tribe yonna yonna kuba anoonya bakisiiga ayagala okuteekawo ekifaananyi nti bwabba abba mu linnya ly'abanyankole bw'atemula atemula mu linnya ly'abanyankole temukkiriza muntu yenna yenna baawula nsaba ne baganda baffe abanyankole abalina emyoyo emirungi baveeyo beesambe ebikolobero Mwami Museveni ne mutabani we bibakola mutabani wa Museveni bw'agamba nti ali mu kutulugunya abantu kubanga abayigiriza lunyankole abanga agezaako okuleeta mentality ya genocide abanga agezaako okubambaza ebikolobero bye abanga agezaako bakyayisa basaba mu byesambe kubanga ensi bamanyi temuli bantu babi muli bantu balungi temukkiriza muntu yenna basibako matugambuzi kubaliisango nsaba n'abakulu ab'amadiini abakulu ab'ennono ne ba elders abasajja n'abakyala abakulu baveeyo batangaze ku nsonga eno eggwanga lyaffe lisigale nga liri wamu. Andrew, you asked me the lessons we learned from Sudan and Kenya. It was not easy to thwart because people came from different directions with different styles. They did not tag it to anybody, and that is why it succeeded. Don't tag this to me. Don't tag this to NUP. Tag it to the people. Let us see people power at work. Thank you very much, Andrew. Hopefully, I've been able to respond to all your questions.
Articulate and spot on. Thank you very much. And also for the translation. I will not provide a translation.